Nicolas Cage. So many movies. Sometimes there's rage and sometimes there's boobies. Adam Harvin and an unsuspecting guest. And you gonna watch what's coming up next.
Welcome to the Cage Against the Machine podcast. I am your host, Adam Harvin. Today's guest, comedian Matt Ferrell.
What's up?
Here from Lawton, Oklahoma. And we're going to be doing a show together at King's Opera House Theater here shortly. If you're listening to this, you probably missed it. It was awesome.
It was great.
But we are going to be watching the 2003 PG-13 Matchstick Men. Starring, of course, Nick Cage. We'll give you a countdown if you want to get this synced up. But before that, a word from our sponsors.
Mr. Cage, can we have your autograph?
All right. So, you're twins.
No, we're triplets.
Triplets? I'm on my way, Japan. Pachinko maker Sanko.
All right, and we are back. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're already in full screen. We are rolling.
And we're off.
This one isn't, but it's always weird when you see Miramax films now. Oh shit, somebody's been playing with stuff.
What'd you say, 2003?
Yeah, 2003. And this is a Ridley Scott film, which is pretty awesome. I haven't seen a Nick Cage in a Ridley Scott, but Ridley Scott does all the aliens and
Yeah.
I don't think he did this I think he might be a producer on it, but I don't think he directed the last Alien.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a different guy now.
I don't think I've seen anything like the Alien versus Predator. I haven't seen that or anything since then.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like that with the Star Wars movies too. I haven't seen any of the ones that are.
I made it a point to watch Star Wars, but I never really got into them. But I've seen all of them up until like the last 2 or 3.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen any of the ones that were made after the 80s.
Oh yeah. We got Nick Cage.
Yeah, I've seen all the ones with the, back with the original Han Solo and Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And
I remember my stepdad was like watching those because just for the fact that he was a kid and watched it in theaters,
yeah,
like the original one. And
Yeah.
like, oh damn. What kind of cells
he's got OCD.
Yeah, he's got OCD. I haven't picked up on what language he's speaking, though. Nick Cage with OCD is going to be a wild movie. Dude, it was like a porcelain dog there. Did any of your relatives ever have a fucking taxidermied pet?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I had a uncle that was a big time coon hunter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he had some stuff.
My great grandma, we went to her house and like was playing with her dogs. The next time I went to her house, that dog was fucking sitting in the living room taxidermied.
Really?
Yes.
I've never had anybody
Dude,
taxidermy.
it was wild. Here's Sam Rockwell.
What's the movie where he's the racist and then the guy winds up befriending him and he kind of comes off of it? Him and a black guy wind up being friends. Or black lady. It's a black lady.
I don't remember that one. I don't know if I've seen that one.
It was called like The Perfect Friendship or something like along those lines.
Oh, he said I watched an action movie. It was looked like a shitty Netflix action movie with him in it. And it was the girl, Anna Kendrick from Pitch Perfect or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was her. But it was actually a pretty damn good action movie with him. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
What? Fucking salesman. OCD salesman. That's just,
Yeah.
it seemed like a job that somebody with OCD would have. I like that suit, though. Oh, dude, I love those videos. Have you seen them where the airbags go off and people have their feet up on the desk?
Yes.
God, it
Blowing their hip out.
kicked themselves in the face.
Yeah.
And the x-rays, there's some that have the x-rays afterwards and show like a broken femur. And
Yeah. I also like where you get the passenger having feet up on it and they hit the brakes and they just slide the ass first in and they're stuck.
Dude, so on my way back from an open mic a week or two ago, it was raining really hard and I'd see the car in front of me hydroplane, turn sideways, go off to the ditch and hit some trees.
Yeah.
So I pulled over and I get up there and it was a teenage girl. And I couldn't really see her because the curtain airbag was covering her up. But I was like, holy fuck, she's missing a leg. Because she was sitting on her leg, on her left leg. So when I get up there, I look and she's fucking nut. I'm trying to figure out where the rest of her leg is. And I'm like, don't move. And I ended up cutting her seatbelt off and getting her out. But and when I first walked up there, I was just like, holy shit, this is not good.
This might be above my pay grade.
Yes. She plays like this same character in other shit too. He's the one performing the fraud.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did like that Beekeeper movie with Jason Statham, the new one where
I haven't seen it yet.
they like some like internet con men, like con this like rich like lady that he's working for.
Yeah.
And he just happens to be some like badass assassin dude and then go gets revenge. Like burns down the fucking building and I suck at cigars. I can't keep mine lit. Oh, 47s. Dude, con men are just like, anytime I watched, have you seen that one where the dude is calling McDonald's and getting the manager to do a strip search on the fucking employees?
Yeah.
That is the craziest shit that he got away with that for so long. And there's no point.
Yeah, and then the manager wants, like, they're questioning him. They're like, "You thought that this was you thought this was legit?"
But and then it happens every time. Like he did it like 6 times at least.
Yeah,
if not more. I don't remember, but I know it seemed like they talked to like 5 or 6 different managers and. That might be, if you're playing the drinking game, that might be Nick Cage overacting right there. Matt doesn't drink, so we're doing cigars today.
yeah.
And we got shit to do later. I feel like we would be shit-faced at the end of this one. I love. This is 2003. That phone's pretty fucking old for 03, I think.
Yeah. It's so weird to think about somebody being severe OCD like that and smoking.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a OCD thing. Oh, God. Marry some old 80s chick, pull a, what was her name? Anna. What was the one porn star chick that married the, like, 88-year-old dude?
Anna Nicole Smith.
Yeah, Anna Nicole Smith. Just pull a reverse Anna Nicole Smith and marry an old lady. They did that on one of those Griselda Blanca like TV shows. They've done like 6 of them or some shit now.
Yeah.
But there's one where like they really made her look like old and nasty looking. And she like forces one of the dudes that you ever see in the car. And you're just like, oh, I don't know if I watch the show anymore. This is terrible. She's like Harvey Weinstein and the security guards and shit.
Just ate a can of tuna.
Dude, I've never done a tuna sandwich.
I think he's just making shit up.
It may be French. I don't know. I don't know how to count French. It's a Latin language.
I don't know how to do shit in French.
But then I think he does in Japanese or something at one point too. Oh shit, lost the pills. They're in big trouble now. Was OCD turned into Tourette's?
Yeah. Have you ever been around anybody that's got Tourette's?
Yeah, so there's a dude that's been coming to open mics. He's been coming more recently to like the Northwest Arkansas ones, but Joey Winters has it.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if he puts it on a little extra when he's on stage.
Yeah.
But he does have some really funny bits about it.
I used to work in a casino, and there's this young guy that would come in, and I felt, here's my problem, is I feel bad because I can't not laugh.
Yeah, dude, especially the verbal one when they're,
yeah,
there's
making noises and shit.
I don't even know. There's one that I don't even know if he's been diagnosed or anything, but I'm pretty sure he has Tourette's because he has, like, he doesn't seem like he does at all, but when he hits a punchline or something, he goes, oh. I don't think he's doing that on purpose. I don't think he cannot do that.
Yeah.
Dude, it's hilarious. And for some reason, like at Ben's a couple times to do it, and there's like a group of black people in there, and they die when he does it, dude.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, it's just. That's the bowls that they had at the restaurant we just stayed at. I'm gonna get my brother one for cereal.
Dude, we don't keep cereal at my house.
Dude, I try not to, but I get it from my kids every once in a while. Yeah,
Like, I'll go through the whole thing. Like, I just can't.
my problem is I'll get high, and then in the middle of that, I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm eating cereal." Really, like 2 bowls. Like shit. It is interesting to experiment to see what it does to your shit when you eat a whole bowl of cereal and you haven't ate one in a while. Like, why is it fucking glow in the dark green?
Did I eat the toilet?
Yeah, I was like, what's it that like Burger King had those black buns for Halloween or some shit like that? And I think it was like a bunch of people were panicked because it was turning their poop like green or some shit.
Yeah.
Or green or black. I don't remember. Sir. Take a drink. Have you seen the accountant, the Ben Affleck one,
Yeah.
where he tortures his son to like
Yeah.
get him used to that shit? That was a pretty good movie. That one that me and Brian Dixon did was basically like, what if there was a gunslinger in the Old West that was autistic? And then and it was Nick Cage, and it was like, what if he had an autistic daughter in the Wild West? And it was like, oh, it was a weird one. The old way. That's what that one was.
How many movies does he have?
I think there's around 104 right now that's out, and then there's a couple that he's, I think, filmed and they haven't came out yet. I know the Surfer's one, like he filmed one called The Surfer, but it hasn't released yet. And I think he's doing a damn live action Spider-Man TV show now. So,
Really?
because in the end of the Spider-Verse, he's Spider-Man Noir, the black and white, like 50s Cagney, doing the Cagney voice.
Yeah.
And so they're doing like a live action Spider-Man with him.
Oh.
But it's going to be a TV show. I don't know how we're going to approach the TV show on the podcast. That's kind of different.
A couple episodes.
Yeah, we did his SNL appearance, which was terrible.
Yeah.
I think they say it's between him and Steven Seagal on the worst SNL characters ever, or guests. Most, yeah. I think Steven Seagal might have won that one, but I watched it the other day. His Steven Seagal's SNL appearance is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But Nick Cage's was bad too. It was weird because they did a Tiny Elvis sketch,
Yeah.
and it's like 10 years before he marries Priscilla Presley. That's how baller Nick Cage is. He's married to Elvis Presley's daughter. Not Priscilla. What's his daughter's name? Priscilla's the one Elvis was married to.
Lisa Marie.
Yeah, Lisa Marie. That's the one Nick Cage was married.
She's the one. She was married to Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Nick Cage and Michael Jackson are Eskimo brothers. If you believe Michael Jackson actually had sex with that woman, that seems like a stretch.
Yeah. Yeah. He might have looked at her butthole.
He definitely didn't make any kids.
He looked at her butthole.
Yeah.
That was his thing.
Kind of
Right?
stare at your butthole.
Yeah.
You can go to any strip club and do that.
Yeah. Yeah. He just didn't want people knowing about it.
Well, yeah, on the account that it was children.
Yeah. They don't.
Dude, the parents. A lot of times he sent the parents on vacation and left the kid there with him.
I always thought, I was like, whatever he's going to get charged with, the parents should receive equal charge.
Keep going, man. Nick Cage's balls are swollen. He doesn't know if he has kids. He said maybe. Ooh. That's what happens when you bang whores. It's complicated. That's how you find yourself on Maury. Like, you are not the father.
Waiting for an envelope to be opened.
I wonder if that one is real. There's one where she brought like 18 different dudes on there, and none of them were the father of the baby.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Uh-oh, those are different. I do. One of my favorite. So, like, there was a Nigerian dude that sold a fucking airport. I think it was in the Middle East or something. Like, sold it to a company in Japan, and it didn't even fucking exist.
Really?
Yeah. It's just like it had photos and blueprints and shit of another airport.
Yeah, I've heard of those types of
Yeah,
scams.
just sold a whole airport that didn't exist, and you're like, what? Yeah, he's ripping butts for.
I mean,
Should he be going like 1, 2, 3 on the cigarette?
yeah.
Oh,
I don't think I can recall a Nick Cage movie that doesn't have like some Croner music in it.
oh yeah.
You know, like some
I know what you mean.
music.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot for sure. And there's I think it's in Joe. His son is in like a punk metal band. It's called the Eyes of Nocturne or something. And at one point, he's driving a truck down the road, and on the radio is his son's song. You're like, there's shit like that in there, and you're like, what? And I think in Long Legs, he like sings a song, one of the songs in Long Legs.
One of his second songs?
It's like, no, Nick Cage just sings a song in the movie. It's creepy. It's because it's like a horror movie. It's almost a really good movie, but it's missing something. Like it's really weird and creepy. I was trying to think of what the fuck that guy's in. That's the stepdad in Rookie of the Year or some shit.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He looks exactly like that. Too.
100%. I looked up the other day. It's been a while since I watched Rookie of the Year. I looked up the other day. I watched Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah, I watched it the other day too with my kids.
I don't know why.
I told my kids, I was like, we're going to sit down, we're going to watch this.
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, I watched that movie a lot when I was a kid. That is one question that we always ask the new guest on the show is, what is your first Nick Cage movie you remember watching?
Oh.
I had a lot of youngsters on the podcast, and they always throw out like National Treasure and shit. And I'm like, get the fuck out.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Yeah. Shit, I'm trying to think of.
So the one that I remember, like, I don't think I ever watched it all the way through, but the first one I remember seeing him in as a kid was Raising Arizona, because it was just on TV all the fucking time when I was young.
Like I remember,
because I think it came out the year I was
I don't know if I've ever seen it.
What, Raising Arizona?
Yeah,
yeah, I think it came out in '87.
Yeah,
which is the year that's when I was born. So it was like by the time it was on TV all the time, like I would see it on TV, and then I remember the biker dude scaring the shit out of me. And then the first one I actually remember probably watching all the way through would probably be like Face Off or Con Air. They came out the same year, I think.
See, I think like Con Air is what was coming to my head the most, but I didn't know if it was just because it was one that I've seen.
Technically, he's in Fast Times, but he's an extra.
Yeah.
Nobody's thrown out like any of the old 80s movies just yet. I'm like, yeah, I remember watching Valley Girl. He's in some wild 80s movies. Those are pretty fun to do on the podcast.
Yeah. How old is he?
Like, I think he's like 60 now. You have a favorite Nick Cage movie?
I don't know.
Mine is 8mm because it is the most original premise that I've ever seen in a freaking movie, and there's no other premise like it.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
So this rich dude dies, and when they open his safe, his wife finds a snuff film, and Nick Cage is a private investigator, and she hires him to find out if it's real or not. And that's the whole premise of the movie, is him trying to find out if that's a real girl in the snuff film or not. And it's got Joaquin Phoenix, and then what's the guy from Sopranos?
Gandalf.
Yeah, James Gandolfini.
Yeah, Gandalfini.
Gandolfini's in it. That's not creepy.
Yeah, oh, shit.
I'm not dead. Oh my God. She didn't get it. He's not going to have to worry about doing the Forrest Gump scene. She's not like you.
I saw a meme or a video or something yesterday, and it said, I'm tired of the internet fucking with me. I don't have time for this, to sit around and try to figure out. And it showed a picture of Sally Fields, and she's sitting on Burt Reynolds' lap in the Trans Am, Smokey and the Bandit. And then it showed her sitting next to Forrest Gump when he's a little kid. That's it. Was Smokey forced through that?
Dude, when people tie that shit together, that's like, have you heard the Home Alone one? The I don't know if it's fan fiction or if you would call it, but the thing, like the underground storyline or whatever, is that John Candy is the devil in Home Alone. And I forget how they set it up, but it's like, because when he offers the mom a ride or whatever like that back home. Yeah. There's some storyline about that. There was like, John Candy's supposed to be the devil.
The polka?
Yeah, the polka goods, yeah. All this shit's probably burned down right now. Landlines. In 03, we still had landlines. That was a very awkward kiss.
Yeah.
That's me in interactions like that. Like, nice to meet you. I'm like, yeah.
That's when somebody's checking you out somewhere and they're like, all right, you have a good day, come back and see us. Yeah, you too.
Yeah, you come back and see us. Yeah, that's what I'm like. That's what I do. I'm like,
so now I just try to do it on purpose.
And then I'm leaving for like the next, like when I'm 30 seconds after that, I'm going, fuck, I fucked that up. Like I fucking idiot.
I just do it on purpose now. When I'm leaving the gas station, I tell them to come back and see me.
Yeah. I just blame it on CTE. I've had enough concussions where I'm like, I just say shit sometimes. I think Sam Rockwell has it in his contract that he has to wear an earpiece and make phone calls in every fucking movie. It just seems like you see him with an earpiece talking on the phone a lot.
I do. One of my favorite roles Sam Rockwell did was a movie called The Way, Way Back.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's his kid, his family, they go to like fucking shore town every summer for vacation. And there's a water park there. And that's a summer job for the kids. Like,
yeah.
That's all their summer job. And he's the guy that runs the whole water park.
Yeah.
So he's like the only adult, but he acts younger than all the kids.
Yeah.
But he's also giving out like some of the best life advice these kids have ever heard.
Kind of like just like Johnny Knoxville in Action Park thing.
Yeah.
When I was watching, I don't know if I just happened to see my daughter's watching Outer Banks or something. It was something like that where the kid was working the boat docks. And then I remembered like my older brother did that at Lake Ouachita when he was a teenager. And I was just like, he was probably just constantly getting hit on by old dudes and shit. Dude. Yeah, but I've been kind of playing around with a bit about that, about like my older brother was like, I was a good looking guy when I was younger, and then but my older brother is like male model hot, like
Yeah.
so it's like, but he like fell for the every serial killer in the 70s and 80s trap of, hey, do you want to be a model? Because he went. There was a dude that was supposed to be like Kevin Bacon's agent or connected to Kevin Bacon somehow, and my brother worked at a mall and at a clothing store at the mall, and the dude was just walking by and was like, "Hey, you want to go take pictures of the park? I'm a agent. I think you could be a model or something." My fucking brother did it.
Yeah.
And I made fun of him so fucking hard for it.
How's he still alive?
But it ended up being real. He got offered like he was going to have to move to New York for a modeling job. And then I made fun of him so hard that he joined the military. Oh.
She just.
She's got to con him. Dude, have you watched Dream Scenario with him yet? It's weird. So he's like a college professor, and everybody just starts seeing him in his dreams. Like everybody, like all over the country, just like starts dreaming about him, and it just keeps getting weirder and weirder. But there's one scene where, like, the one of the girls in his class is like, "Yeah, I've been having dreams about having sex with you or whatever," and then she actually tries to have sex with him. Well, he comes in his pants and then farts. And you're just like, why would how is that in a movie? It's like, whose call was that too? I was just like, what if I came in my pants and then farted? He has his suits done super weird where they're like make his shoulders like he looks like it's like he's doing a Bernie Mac suit.
Yeah.
Or it looks like he's got shoulder pads in. It makes him look wider than he is. Yeah. I think this is PG-13. I don't think we're going to get any titties, but we did get strip club. Oh, she's smoking in the house at 14.
Oh, she's going through all his shit.
Oh, that'll pay him back for not being a dad for 14 years. Oh, shit, Kid Rock.
Damn.
Man, you remember how big Kid Rock was when you were younger?
Yeah.
This shit was so badass. I forgot he was married to a black porn star back when he was blowing up. Kid Rock was.
Really?
Yeah, like probably right before he was famous or right as he's getting famous. I think she's in one of the music videos.
Oh, she about to find his stash.
Oh, feel like gun in there?
Gun and a bunch of cash.
So he left his 14-year-old daughter at home to go to the strip club. Pretending to be a baller. Business meetings at strip clubs.
Hell yeah. And so I want to be just big enough
Yeah.
that my business meetings are at strip clubs.
Is that just a put on to make the girls think you're important? Because you could probably trick some dumb strippers with that one.
I remember one time when we was young, 18, 19 years old, we went to the strip club and we all spoke with an accent the entire
Oh
night.
my God.
I did Australian. It was the only one I felt like I could keep up all night.
Yeah.
And the line of bullshit that we laid down
Yeah.
was insane.
I've only ever been with my wife, so I've never been to a strip club without my wife there.
Okay. I wasn't 100% sure how you meant that sentence.
Yeah. She wasn't on a pole or anything, except for that one time.
That's a little overkill in the buggy situation, wasn't it?
That is one of my favorite car commercials ever. Is there's just a shopping cart going across the parking lot, and then a dude just runs and spears the shopping cart because it's about to hit his Volkswagen Jetta. Holy shit. Portable disc player.
Yeah.
That's what we had before phones, people.
I broke down on the side of the road one time. All I had was a pager.
Oh, shit.
That'll get on your nerves.
Yeah.
You're stuck walking down the side of the highway, hitchhiking.
Yeah.
Pager keeps going off, and you're just like, what? I can't fucking call you.
I think I remember my dad having a pager, but he had cell phones pretty early, like the first like brick Nokia looking things.
Motorola.
Yeah, the Motorola.
I had one of those that was all prepaid. You had to go load it. And it wasn't worth a shit. You couldn't hear on it.
I remember my parents got pissed at me when I was in like the 9th grade. Because I had a cell phone and my friends would text me on it and it would charge you 10 cents a text.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even I would just call them back. I wasn't like texting back and forth with them or anything. But they were like, you're good. Like, this phone bill's nuts. It's 10 cents a text. You got. So that was when you had to push like 3 buttons for a letter.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sam Rockwell. You have an underage chick in there? Score. Ice cream. God, they give you it's got to be a problem. They can't be healthy to eat tuna all the time. You get fucking mercury poisoning for one. You can barely sweat tuna. You just sweat fish smells.
So my wife, I started her on the phone there. She goes, I told her we were going to a Vietnamese restaurant. I said, it's going to be the second time I've been to Vietnamese. I said, I fucking love it. It's good. And she goes, yes. She goes, we were just talking about maybe trying Indian. My wife's still
I've never had Indian.
I said, oh, great. Now you're just going to smell like fucking curry all the time?
Yeah. I remember one time, like, when I was like 15, I went through a period where, like, I was like when I was like 15, me and my friends were drinking, like just like go to one of our houses and get shit-faced drunk. And I forgot that I was supposed, like we did it on a Saturday night, and I forgot that I was supposed to go racing motocross Sunday morning. So I'm like freaking hungover, and my dad pulls up with the truck and race trailer outside my mom's house. I was like, "Hey, you ready to go?" And I was just like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "Yeah." And then just went out there, got in the truck, and then we get to the racetrack, and I start riding everything. I'm starting to feel better, but I had to stay away from my dad because I was just sweating beer. Like I was like, just smell like fucking alcohol the whole time. I'm trying to stay away from my dad. That was the first time he saw my tattoo too. I was like, he wasn't big on tattoos, which now he has one, but he didn't like us having tattoos. And my little brother had earrings, and he used to give my brother shit about having earrings.
Yeah.
And I forgot about having the tattoo and was just changing at the motocross track one day. And he was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
And of course it's shitty. So he was like, "That looks like some little kid drew it on you."
That's what
I fucked up. So a friend of mine that I went to college with, his parents own a tattoo place here in Fort Smith. And we were going to go get our first tattoos together. And his dad was going to give him a tattoo. And his uncle was going to give me a tattoo. And we get there, and his uncle had already left. And he was like, well, it was like, and his dad was like, oh, his brother was going to give me a tattoo. And I was like, oh, he's worked there for like 6 or 7 years. My friend like kind of gave me a look at like, like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, but he's worked here for like 6 or 7 years. That's good, right? Like, he should be decent enough to do this. It's not complicated. And so I was like, let him tattoo me. And it turned out terrible. Like, the lines weren't straight. I mean, it was all fucked up. And like, when we got done, we went to eat. He was like, I was like, he's been tattooing for like 6, 7 years, right? And he's like, oh no, he's been doing piercings for that long. He just started doing tattoos like this year. I was just like, oh fuck. And then so I ended up going back and having his uncle fix it, and it looks better, but you can still see where the other dude fucked up like a little bit. So the one tattoo has probably freaking 3 or 4 hours worth of work on one tattoo, just because it had to be done twice.
I thought that I would be a whole lot stricter with my kids than I wound up being.
Oh yeah.
Then as they start to get older, you start thinking, well, there's some shit I can't just, forbid them to do. It's going to be super hypocritical.
Yeah.
So when it came to tattoos, I told them, I said, just don't get anything above your collarbone. Don't get anything below your wrists.
Yeah.
Make it to where you can still look presentable when you go places. My daughter, of course, has one behind her ear.
Yeah, my wife has got one in her ear.
Oh.
She's got one in her ear and behind her ear.
My 17-year-old son, he's got several tattoos.
Yeah.
I
have the least amount of tattoos between me and my brothers, but my wife's got quite a few. And I worked at car dealerships, so they wouldn't let us show our tattoos. Like if you had them on your forearms, you had to wear long sleeves, or if you couldn't wear shorts if you had them on your legs. And I was like, I never really got them anywhere you could see them. But now the people in the training videos at the place I work now will have like face piercings and tattoos and shit. And it was like, I was like, should I get a face tattoo?
Yeah, things have definitely changed.
I've known her for 2 days. I wasn't even for sure she was fine. A lot. Nope, she's gone now. We got about 3 hours till showtime.
We got 3 hours till something?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We're a good ways in there.
I still need to
But
check in on my hotel and shit.
do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you stayed in Van Buren?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my clean set tonight. Well, pretty clean. Two of the jokes are clean. One of them I'm gonna sandwich a slightly dirty one in the middle.
Yeah.
Overacting. Take a drink. Ooh. How about that?
A nosy Parker.
Oh, he did the. I haven't seen anybody do that in so long. I would like to say that was never cool. I don't even know how that got started.
Shame on you.
I haven't seen that in middle school, maybe. I'm pretty sure antique dealers are just like laundering money. That's basically what they do.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no such thing as an actual antiques dealer position.
It's like whoever's selling Hunter Biden's paintings. You had me at pizza. He seems to have snapped out of his tics and shit pretty hard. I guess that medication's working.
Yeah.
He just opened the door and didn't do the 1, 2, 3 thing either.
Huh?
He didn't do the Uno Dos Tres thing when he opened the door. Con artist. That is kind of flattering. You call yourself a con artist? They don't like. There's not any other crimes that have an artist attached to them, I don't think. I'm not a robbery artist. Like, I'm an artist of domestic abuse.
When I hear a black guy, it's like Mickey Mouse.
They're perfectly symmetrical on both sides. Oh. Sounds like a damn car salesman. There ain't much difference between a con artist and a car salesman.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'll punch her out.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What? It's an interesting tactic. It's like on Landman. Have you seen that?
I haven't. I want to wait until it's all.
I know, dude. It's good to do that because you'll be like, oh shit. I don't know. Episode 10 is out or is done.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any more. I don't think there's. I think it's going to be a new season because they haven't done one in a few weeks.
Yeah. Dude, I'm so bad with if something has commercials.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't fucking watch it. I can't stand it. I don't like having to wait a week to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
I don't like cliffhangers.
Yeah, I hate it when I did that when I think there was already like 4 or 5 out when I started, and I got to go so fast I had to wait for the next one. Sick bird.
But
That was sick bird. Glad I missed the day you were born. That's awesome.
who?
I think they found out recently that shit causes cancer, like the training on the receipts. So yeah, I think there's a lot of cashiers that have probably gotten cancer from that shit. That is nuts when you see when you hear about these teachers, like these ladies freaking hooking up with 14-year-old boys and shit. Like it's weird because the difference in like size and maturity and stuff in 14-year-olds is nuts. Like I was like 5'10", 185 when I was 14.
Yeah.
I was I looked like a fucking grown up basically. And I was already stronger than most adult men. But when you so when you hear about these teachers hooking up with 14-year-old boys, you're like, oh, that's not too crazy. Then you see the 14-year-old boy, you're like, holy shit, he looks like a third grader. What the fuck are you doing? There's that one where I guess she had like one of the other students like watching the door or something.
Yeah.
And when that kid's like telling the police, interview the police, you're like, holy shit, that kid is tiny. Like it looks like a 10-year-old. And you're just like, holy shit, this is nuts.
Yeah.
These teachers are fucking wild. We had the girls track coach my senior year which she was only like, she was right out of college. She was probably like 23 or 22 or something like that. But she was hooking up with one of the guys on the track team. And they're like married and have kids now. But they got away with it because like as soon as he graduated, she quit that school and went to a different school. And like, and our vice principal that was a prick. Like a couple of years after I graduated, got caught banging one of the teachers by a janitor. He got fired. That was hilarious. Oh, this is just like Nick Cage's other movie. It Could Happen. We've done that one. Have you seen that one? That was probably what I seen that pretty early too. I think I think he doesn't have money for a tip, so he leaves a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
To the waitress, and they're like, I think it's like that, and he's like, if you win, we'll split it or something like that, and they end up winning.
Yeah.
And splitting the lottery ticket, and what's her name? The chick from White Man Can't Jump. I can't.
Rosie.
Yeah, Rosie Perez.
Yeah, Rosie Perez.
Yeah, Rosie Perez is his wife in it. Like the most annoying hot chick ever. That's Rosie Perez's role in the 90s.
Yeah.
Annoying hot chick.
She was pretty well typecast.
Yeah. She's so hot you'll put up with it, but geez. It's awesome. He's teaching his daughter to be a con artist. There was an old dude at the show last night rocking a pretty sweet hat like that, like the kind of a
little straw.
It was like no, it wasn't a straw. He had like an old school like baller cap on. It was badass. I can't wait till I get old. I'm gonna start bringing back hats.
Dude, a couple weeks ago, Spencer and I were in a open mic, and one of the ones in Tulsa. I don't know the name of the place. There's a guy there, and he's just heckling, and he's got one of those. I don't know what the hats are. It's got a kangaroo on it.
Oh, the Kango hats.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's got one. It's bright green. This guy's missing 2 of his front teeth, and he's just heckling.
I'm gonna go out on the limb and say it wasn't a white guy.
It was a white guy.
What?
Yeah. So Spencer's like, "Oh, like, hey, are you coming up next?" And he goes, "No, I'm just here to heckle."
Oh my God.
And Spencer's like, "Oh, okay. Well, it looks like you've already heckled yourself out of your 2 front teeth. You might want to quit while you're ahead." He goes, "Look at that fucking hat." He goes, "What are you, an Uber driver in Dublin?" Like Spencer just shut that shit down. He went fucking hard.
Nice. Dude, I had a couple opportunities to do like crowd work when I was early on, where I was like too nervous to fucking do it and take a shot at people.
Yeah.
But there was this one open mic where this dude was like 30 and his wife was like 50. And I wanted to be like, what in the age gap love is fucking going on over here? Dude, I wanted to talk to him so bad, but I was just like, she was a pretty good looking old lady, but she was like 50 and her husband was like 30. It was awesome. And it was hilarious because it looked like she dressed him because he was dressing like an old man. Look, 30 wearing loafers, dude. What the fuck?
He just knew his role.
Yeah. Was he a fucking gator wrestler now?
Just clip that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a hat like that. I used to do yard work and shit in. It was a Corona hat, dude.
He looks like right now. He looks like that guy that was. God damn! He used to have a TV show. He was basically the Dog the Bounty Hunter of varmints.
Oh no shit.
Ah damn! What was that guy's name?
Yeah, I used to. When my mom made me do like yard work and shit, I'd wear that and call the house a hacienda. And they let me stop doing yard work one day. So my mom said, "You're not going anywhere this weekend until you've tilled this garden." And she had like staked off this big area in the backyard to till. I got the tiller out, and the ground was hard as shit. It wasn't doing anything to it. I was like,
Just
Mom,
bouncing on top
yeah,
of
it
it.
was just bouncing. And I was like, Mom, this is going to take all like 2 days. It's not like it's not working. She goes, well, you're not going anywhere until it gets done. I was like, all right. I went out there. I tilled a giant FU in the backyard.
Yeah.
And I called my mom. I was like, I'm done. I'm leaving. And she came home. There's an FU in the backyard. Oh man. She was not happy about that. I'm looking for a stepmom for my daughter.
You said you thought she was cute. What do you think about coming over?
Oh, gross. Venice High School. This song, I'm not right about the croning about stealing a car. That's what Dan Sutter and when he was on the bonfire with Big J Ogerson, they used to talk about how like crooning is just talk singing. They're just talk singing about anything. I've never found bowling that amusing. I don't know.
No?
I mean, it's all right, I guess, if you're out there with students just goofing off, but the only thing fun about it is breaking the fucking rules. It's like
it's not
almost getting in trouble the whole time.
It's definitely one of those I've never taken it serious, but it's fun to go and do with friends. It's kind of like golf. I don't take golf serious either,
Yeah.
but it's fun to go and play.
Dude, I had a roommate she was a fucking alcoholic. We went to the bowling alley one time. I'm pretty sure she killed a whole pitcher by herself. And then we left to go to a party or something. And she had me stop and buy like a 24-pack
Yeah.
of beer. And I don't know how deep she got into those, but she was fucking chugging those too. But I was just like, holy shit, how do you drink that much? I would have shit my pants 3 times by then if I drank that much alcohol. You want to commit your first felony? I need to find that thing. Have you seen that chart where it's like, it's like lawful, obedient, lawful, disobedient. Like it's like the scale to see like where you fall into.
Yeah.
I need to find that thing. I'm like that. I'm kind of like that lawful disobedient. Like I'm disobedient to authority and stuff, but within the restraints of the law. Like I'm not gonna do any jail time or anything. But what I'm dead. I think he's bringing his ticks back.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him for like 20 minutes. They did us. He was awfully rude to that lady for no reason.
No reason at all. What a prick.
What the fuck? Is that Canadian UK money? What the fuck is that?
That's sort of that.
Your next
With the queen on it.
Where the fuck? Oh, they're up in a parking garage. Go buy Hawaii.
Yeah. It's funny what people think $1 million would do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to give it a shot.
Yeah. So this isn't a bad movie. Usually they're just fucking don't make any sense or
Yeah. Yeah. As I think one of these days, I'm going to have to sit down and watch this movie. Like, actually,
I had to do that because like there's some movies where we just didn't pay attention to the fucking movie at all.
yeah.
And I had to go back and watch it and be like, oh, I missed that part. That's pretty fucking funny. Oh, I did that. I recently did that to The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Because it was
that
like,
the one where it's like
it plays himself, basically. Yeah. And I watched it with my cousin and Kyle Real, and we didn't pay attention to the movie too close. But I went back and watched it, and there's a scene where Nick Cage makes out with himself. It's like old Nick Cage, and then he's like, Nick Cage, smooch is good. He's like, and you're like, that is the weirdest shit I've ever seen. A Nick Cage smooch is good. And he didn't want to do that movie. And they must have thrown a lot of money at him for that one because they approached him like a year or two before that.
Yeah.
And he was like, fuck no, I'm not playing myself in a movie like doing this. And then they were like, they went back to him and was like, hey, we're going to do this movie with somebody else playing you. And then he was like, no, I'm not going to let that happen, and did it. But they cut out, he's bad because there's a fight scene where he fights himself in like black and white, and they cut it down to like 20 or 30 seconds or something. But I guess he said it's like a 3 or 4 minute fight scene, and he wants the rest of it released.
Yeah.
Because he's so proud of it being in black and white and this. Have you seen those videos of the black dude getting caught cheating in public? Apparently they're staged, but they're fucking hilarious. It's like they're done so good that you didn't know that they were staged until there was like 4 or 5 of them out. And you're like, this guy can't just keep getting caught cheating. But they'll do it like go to a public place and like some chick will just walk up and be like, "Who's this bitch?" And I start like making a huge fucking scene. But I think there's like 3 or 4 of them. I was like, that's pretty good. That happened to me at work one time. So I was sitting at my desk at work talking to this dude.
Yeah.
And this chick walks up behind him that knew him and just like grabs him.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Bitch, get off me. She's in the car." And I had to I was just sitting there like, "Ooh, shit." His wife was in the car and his side chick just came up to him and grabbed him while he's like right in front of my desk. And I was just like, "Oh." Dude, I was like, man, if she comes in here and starts beating this other chick's ass at work, it's going to be hilarious. Oh! It's like, no, this is part of being a con man.
Oh, shit.
Look. I drive a Dodge Stratus. You don't talk to me like that. That is a good SNL bit. Uh-oh. Oh my God. It's in pretty good shape for an old fat guy. It's Rockwell and the Mustang.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Used to think those cars were so cool. Now, when you see that exact same car, you're like, what a piece of shit.
And then they have most of the paint left on it.
Yeah. Whose fault was that? Nick Cage overacting. Take a drink. He hasn't really done his whisper things. Is he gonna do it? Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Makeup. Oh, shit.
Let's do that.
That'd be hilarious. Kind of fucking job day. My dad's a con artist.
And still,
Then one up to Ricky Bobby. I'm a volunteer firefighter and an amateur tattoo artist. There's a scene in that they don't. I haven't figured out. I don't think it's on in the DVD, but when they play it on TV, they put it in or something of him still in a car when he's a kid, of Ricky Bobby like driving a car.
Yeah.
And like it's not in the DVD copy of the movie. I need to watch it and see if it's in, but it's right around the same part where his dad, where he's a little kid and he's like, I want to go fast, and steals a car. There's his twitches are back. I've been trying to get my 14-year-old daughter to do stand-up. We wrote a joke together.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, if you practice this thing, I'll take you to an open mic and we'll do this joke. And she just won't practice it and memorize it or anything, but we wrote a pretty good joke together.
yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully she'll do it one day. It'd be awesome to get that early of a start on comedy. Even if you just like do it a couple times, never do it again.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool. Because getting a late start in it is kind of a weird feeling. Like when you're older than the people that you're opening for.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
I want to be like you someday.
It's very, very common that we go places now, and I'm the oldest person.
Yeah. Like when I grow up, I want to be like you, who's 10 years younger than me. Is that a cartoon thing that just like breathing into a bag ever actually work?
I don't know. I've never tried it. It doesn't
seem
seem
like
like
such
it's
a-
a good idea.
It just seems like it carried over from cartoons. Like, here, breathe your own carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
Just like,
I don't know if it'll calm you down, but it will make you pass
Yeah.
out and you'll quit
get
working.
a little woozy. Uh-oh. That is like, I guess you can go to the emergency room, but if you're like out of pills and you're like, hey, I'm about to go crazy, I need these, and you're like, the doctor's office is closed, I guess that's your only option is to go to the emergency room. Overacting. Till you passed beyond. That's one of my favorite threats is on Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Danny McBride, when they slam into the side of that dude's RV, that dude comes out of the house trying to follow me. He goes, "You want to get your dick hole smashed in?" He takes the dude's hat. And he goes, "This is my hat now." Oh, the psychiatrist played a trick on him. This is like a reverse Beautiful Mind or something. You haven't been crazy this whole time.
Menopause.
Except for that one guy with the car. I think there's a fish tank
That's what
in his office or something. I'm trying to figure out that too.
I don't know why I need to pee all of a sudden. Get your water running.
The headphones do that sometimes. You're just like, why am I hearing that noise? We did a job together.
It didn't work, yeah.
Nick Cage cries. Oh, I don't think that's on my list. Oh, how do I not have crying on there? I guess we could put that under overacting, huh? We don't get Nick Cage crying very often.
It definitely falls in the category as overacted.
Yeah. Just I don't think being a criminal is, it's going to be hard to get approved for that one. Look how we haven't seen the mom this whole time.
Yeah, I'm curious. I also don't recognize this girl that's playing his daughter.
Yeah, she does look familiar.
I don't.
That's Allison Lohman. She's in Drag Me to Hell, Big Fish, Vatican Tage. She's in some scary movies. She's in Gamer. See, looks like she's in some scary movies and that Gerard Butler Gamer movie. Oh shit, how'd I do that? She's in a movie called White Boy.
Huh.
You name your dog with your friends' names. Well, it seems like they do this in a lot of movies where they're like, we have two white people going to a Latin dance club and we're going to film it there. This looks super out of place. It's like you're taking a hooker somewhere really obscure on a date. One of my wife and us first dates, we went to this Italian restaurant and there was this old fat white dude with like a young chick in a leopard dress with red high heels on. And I was like, that is clearly a hooker. And he's like, this dude brought a hooker to an Italian restaurant on a date. Oh, she's going to get the gun out of the dog. So we're all clear. Fucked up. Um, Ooh, I called that. She's getting the gun. She's getting the gun. She's a con artist and a murderer. He still has a gun in his hand. And it's kind of dumb to come by yourself. That's an awkward position to die in. There's a comedian. She used to come do she used to do the Gas Digital podcast stuff every once in a while. I can't think of her name, but she used to work in a morgue.
Yeah.
And it was pretty hilarious. She was talking about how inconvenient fat people are when they die, especially in New York when they live on like a 6-story walk up. It's like, oh, what's eating Gilbert Grape when they have to fucking get a tractor to get her out of the house? All right. Got some Windex and Clorox bottle and shit. There's a lot of cleaning supplies.
You ever been to somebody's house that was a couponer?
My sister was doing it for a little bit. It just seems like a job to freaking do that shit.
I used to have a job where I go to people's house all the time. I've been in garages that look like legit grocery stores.
Yeah.
I mean, just rows of shelves.
Yeah, she had that shit going on. I had a friend that was, we have a place down here. It's called A to Z, but it was like one of those, it was like pallet stores before like Amazon.
Yeah.
Like they would buy like trucks that got returned and had damaged goods and shit like that and sell them. And the owner came into the place where I was working and bought some 4-wheelers and like paid cash. And the salesman was talking to him. And the salesman was like, oh, I'm going to do what that guy does. And went and bought a fucking truck with pallets and shit of like a truckload of shit. And it was like 2 pallets of like laundry detergent. So this idiot's trying to sell laundry detergent to everybody in the shop that he works with. And it's like, make a real good deal on this laundry detergent. They would like just have a lifetime supply of Tide in your garage.
Surely this will wrap it up soon.
That sucks when like you're in a serious situation that
Using psychological talk on you.
I like Dave Chappelle's bit. Have you seen it? Where his wife asks if they're set up if something happens to him, and then he goes, "Yeah." He's like, "If ever die, go to the safety deposit box and open it up, but don't do it until I die." And then she goes and does it before he dies. Like goes and opens it up, and she goes, "You son of a bitch! This is just a joke book in here." He goes, "Yeah. If you do those jokes the way I have them written, you should be fine."
Oh shit. He just got conned.
Ooh, by the therapist?
Yeah.
Was his daughter in on it? It's like when you get a Mexican hooker and wake up in the bathtub full of ice with your kidney gone. Nick Cage's cheeks. They're advertising that the cab is air conditioned. Although
Everybody's in on it.
super elaborate. It's kind of addictive to people. This dude went back and shut the door. Just leaving notes everywhere. You know better than to ask that, lady.
Yeah.
There's going to be another note.
It's cool, that little dog ashtray.
Good. Was it not even his daughter ever?
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's a real Shyamalan twist. I got an abortion. Oh. Oh, that is a sick ass con.
Wow.
Probably feels a lot better knowing that he didn't abandon the child 14 years ago. Selling carpet. There's not a lot of carpet stores around anymore.
Yeah.
So, uh-oh. What the fuck? See now staring at his 14-year-old daughter's titties. He's like, I'm cool with it now. Frank. It'll be a dad. Let's get creepy. We haven't got to it. Has an IMDb rating of 7.3 out of 10. Really freaking high for a Nick Cage movie. Rotten Tomatoes is 83%. Also really freaking high with an audience score of 74%. That's probably one of the highest ones.
It's not a bad
Wow,
movie.
it's pretty good. Had a nice twist at the end.
Yeah.
Close weird.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd be okay with that.
What the hell? I did not realize this movie is this long. I think we're gonna have I don't know how many of my family members are going to show up, but my grandma's 90th birthday is today. And I think a lot of them are going to come from her birthday party over there.
Are they bringing her?
I don't think so, but there's a shitload of them.
If 90-year-old grandma shows up, I need her to sit at the back.
Yeah.
I don't like making eye contact with all the people when I say some of the shit I say.
Oh man, God, I hope they know not to bring her. And he got back with his ex-wife.
No, it wasn't the ex-wife.
Oh,
It was the lady from the grocery store.
Oh yeah, okay. I
Kathy.
didn't see her
It was
face.
Kathy.
Nice.
Allison Lohman. Not
That was a pretty good movie. I liked it. I've heard that it was one of the best, and honestly, that was probably one of the best movies we've done on the podcast. I was surprised by that. I knew it was. I heard it was good, but like a lot of the other movies that have won awards and stuff like that, I watched them and was like, "This is fucking stupid." I don't know if I remember which button's which. I'm going to take a wild crack at this. Thanks for watching the Cage Against the Machine podcast, and we will see you next time.
Have a great fucking.
Yeah, that was the right words. Oh man. Yes, it is pretty fun.
It belongs. All right.